How are you?
Hi, I'm okay, and you?
I'm great, thanks. And yourself? All right. My first question to you is please tell me about yourself.
Okay, so my name's Tashmika Chetty. I'm a grade 11 student from Southland Secondary School. And yeah, that's how I would like to sum it up, how everyone sees me as when before they get to know me. But I'm so much more. I, there's so many things that make me who I am, that make me different. And that's what I love about being an individual. Because to me, um, I walked into high school, and I think this is something that so many students get wrong. When you go into high school and you don't know what you want, who you are, and what you want to be when you're older, that's when everything starts falling off track. And I was so lucky to have the knowledge and to know what I want. So when I went into high school, it shaped my whole reality. It made me who I am today. The ability to even speak to you is something that most children lack. And
Oh,
I am yeah, I like to. I would like to consider myself as a humanitarian. Um, I'm opinionated. I'd like to say I'm independent. I can be bossy, and overall, I just love to serve. I'm here. I believe my purpose on earth is to serve, and that's what I walked into high school with my parents' name. And my goal is to love all and serve all. I am a Hindu, and
wow.
I'm very religious in that sense, and I love to follow God's teachings. I believe that regardless of religion, we all have similar values. And if you don't have your core values intact, who are you?
Hmm.
You're just going with the flow. So that's another thing about me. I'm very centralized on the idea of loving all and serving all. I do a lot of things we have the Sati Sai organization. We do a lot of things that I'm part of, and a lot of service, and that just brought up my love for serving people. Um, Grade 11 is a very crucial year for me, and I've done so many things
Hmm.
this year. For example, I got the opportunity to, I got selected by the Rotary Club of Chatsworth to go for a week stay. It was like a boot camp in Port Shepstone Secondary School, and there just it was a leadership camp, and I learned so much from that week, and I just want to pass my knowledge on to everyone. And overall, when I grow up, well, I'm almost there. I want to be a doctor. So it's very hard, very demanding position, but that's where my heart and my mind is at this point.
Wow. Now that kind of leads me to my next question. Who are the role models you look up to personally and as you just mentioned growing up? Because I know now you've just mentioned a doctor, but who are the people that you look up to in terms of personally? When I mean personally, I mean like it could be a family member in terms of like anything.
Personally, it would obviously be my parents. I see their resilience every single day, and when I reflect upon who they were and who they are, it just inspires me to work harder and to be able to provide for everyone, not only my family, what most children could not have had. That's
Mm,
where my heart lies. I want to be able to give back. I want to help my community, and I want to help middle class families and people in poverty so that they can find their balance, especially with healthcare.
mm,
Well, whatever I can do to help, that's where I want to help. Especially my parents. That's one thing. My mom and dad. Um, they
mhm,
they're just so hardworking. I know anyone would say that about their parents, but to me,
mm,
they
mm,
truly inspire me carry on to be who I am and to just be the best version of myself. They've supported me all round. Being a teenage girl in high school and you wanting to stand out is not easy. You're gonna get
mm,
bullied. I've faced
mm,
so many challenges taking up leadership positions because not everyone understands you and not everyone wants to follow someone or just be part of something greater than themselves because they want to stick to what they know in the sense
mm.
that they rather have fun and instead of make a difference. So my parents, they've major. impact and role models in my life. There's also, for me, it's God. I look to God to every aspect of my life, and one of the biggest role models of my life is God. Um, I don't want to give it a, I don't want to specify which gods, because God is God.
Hmm.
God
Yeah, yeah.
is energy.
Hmm.
Um, Growing up, I've always wanted to do pageantry because I feel like being having a pretty face is one thing, but being able to speak and voice your opinions and use
Hmm.
your platform to inspire others, that's another, that's a whole different you have a whole different impact
Hmm.
about you when you just use what you have given to give back and inspire. That's my
Hmm.
mission. My mission is to inspire, and even though I'm not there yet, I want to get to that position in my life. I want to have that impact on people. So another growing up, so from pageantry, I would like to say, being an Indian female, I would like to say Karishma Ramdev. She's a doctor from, she
Okay.
was from Pinetown, now she's in Johannesburg. And there's also Tamron Town, Natasha Yabar. She's a Miss South Africa last year. And Mia, the current Miss South Africa, Mia, they just inspire me so much, even though most of them aren't doctors. They are really, to be able to put yourself out there. Everyone might just see you as a like a poor face, like, okay, you're doing this. They can judge you head on, but the inner courage and strength it takes for one to do that, not everyone can do it. So that's something that I admire. Um, Obviously, my grandmother, my nanny, and all very independent, hardworking women, and that's from personal, and that's from overall type of that's what my overall role models are. I feel like it's not, I can't have a role model if I don't see something in them that I see in myself. So
Hmm.
I want to be my own role model. So that's
Hmm.
why I don't overgeneralize the term, and I be the best version of myself so that I can be a role model because I know what I want.
Impressive. Okay, what have been your highs growing up?
Uh, I'm gonna be so honest. COVID, I was just thinking about this in the morning as well. But COVID, everything was just such a flash. Like I can't remember
Hmm.
certain parts of my life. I don't know how. It's like I just slept and woke up. But I've had an amazing childhood with my parents giving me every single thing that I ever wanted. And there's so many things in my life that has taught me about the value of patience. And another concept I believe in is that the universe will give you what you want when you need it at the right time, even though it doesn't seem like it seems so self-conflicting at the point that you are in now, that you're not getting what you want now, but eventually you get it and it comes to you in abundance. And whatever has happened led up to that point gives you even more satisfaction and gratitude for where you are now in that position. So growing up, I had an amazing childhood. There has been so many struggles, as I said, a child, being a child, a teenager, the personal struggles that being bullied and stuff. I mean, I would not like to say it's normal. It's not a normal thing, and it should not be
Hmm.
normalized. But
Hmm. Hmm.
I think majority of my problems have come from learning to deal with myself and how to use other people's opinions of me and turn that pain into power to bring me to where I am now today. So that's something that I value about my growing up, because every single instance in my life I've used to empower myself so that I don't fall into the 99% of people in the population who succumb to so sad circumstances. For example, uh, children have there's a high percentage of children committing suicide, and mental health is such an important thing. So I worked on myself so that and I'm so grateful so that I don't get into that mental space when I'm older. So I know who I am, and no one else can break that wall inside me. And I think that's what people fail to understand. So I hope they understand
Hmm.
that even about themselves too. I would like to even say this: mental health is so important, especially as a teenager, and there's not enough people. who are doing enough to make the world a better place, to make their children. You might have a safe and happy surrounding, but if you're not okay internally, you're not, your mental space is not okay, you're not in the best state to carry on. You need to always check in with yourself, and that's something that most people ignore because it's hard to deal with yourself before and just go with the flow, you know? So that's what I wanted to just say. But growing
No,
up, went to Ocean.
oh, sorry.
I said growing up, I went to Ocean View Primary School. It was an amazing
Okay.
school. The whole right now, yeah. So right now, the whole management has changed. It's been a long time. Sadly, I don't feel a day over. I would like to say 13,
Wow.
but yeah, I think your foundation is so important, and that is where I started realizing my potential in primary school. Sadly, towards the end, but then when I was in grade 7, COVID came along. I had started a Green Fingers club. We would go on school with my friends on breaks. I give them hair, I give them bags, then gloves, and we clean the grounds. We'd encourage children. We'd make recyclable flowers and hang them up on the trees. And this is all group efforts, and we'd do some sort of protest against littering in school. And it was just that's where I started my love for the environment. I have to say this, my friends, whoever I'm someone, I don't just let anyone into my circle. But if you are my friend, that knew my family. I have one close friend. She has been,
With you.
yeah.
Okay. My next question to you, like, what have been the lows growing up?
As I mentioned before, being bullied has been a low for me. But
Okay. Okay.
what I realized is another thing that has been a low for me is I feel that I've only been allowed to show a certain amount of who I am to the world. And people only know you as they want to see you. And I feel like I could have done more growing up, but I'm trying my best now, and I think that makes the most. Another thing is I feel another low is I haven't been recognized much in for whatever work I've done. I've always been ignored. I've always felt ignored. I've
Oh.
always felt that, you know, someone else who is supposedly better than me is getting more of attention or more of recognition than I am. But with all of these conflicts, you come to the understanding and the realization that everything I reflect upon it up till now, and that has made me truly amazed because everything that I've lacked in primary school, I've made up in high school, and in tenfold, and so much more grander ways. And I think just understand your situation as it is now. And as you get older, you realize that it was for the better. It humbled you, it made you who you are. And another thing that I feel that most people, before I was recognized as intelligent in my school or in primary school, one thing I want to get straight with people is being able to do to be okay. I know this will sound very wrong for coming from me, but I do 9 subjects. I do a course
Wow.
S7. I do maths, physics, accounting, life science. I do two extras. I do another language. I do Hindi, which is my other language, and I do tourism. So I do 9 subjects. So coming from me, this might sound wrong, but I need people to understand this. You may be doing pure maths and you may be doing physical sciences, but that does not determine who you are as an individual. I don't appreciate children doing maths lit or someone doing bad in school. I don't appreciate them being discriminated against or being bullied because they are considered to be dumb. That's not right. That's not what I believe. I treat everyone the same. And also another fact you have to understand: we go to school to get an education, to go to a working world. I thoroughly believe that you can get an education, you can get the highest grades, but who you are as an individual will determine your credit out there on the street. Another thing, you might be doing well in school, get a safe job, But you can also be failing high school and go into the working world and become a multi-billionaire. That's what I truly believe. So, holistically, I feel that you can be who you want to be as long as you know who you are. You don't have to be good at school.
Okay, all right. My final question to you is, hold on a second here. Okay, what are your future plans after school? Okay, all right. Think is it a plan B if you face challenges with your first choice? Hello, can you hear me? Tashmika?
Okay, we're back here.
Yeah, it's okay. We're actually on the final question now. My final question to you was, what are your future plans after school? And also, is there a plan B if you face challenges with your first choice?
I would like to start off by saying um, a dream delayed is not a dream denied. And I'm using that as hope because I believe go into medicine is a calling. Not everyone is planted that dream in their heart. And if so, it's for a reason. So I'm just gonna push my best to get to where I want to be. I might be maybe a year behind other medical students. I don't even care as long as I get what I want because I know what I want. I want to go into medicine, I want to go into surgery, and overall, I want to make the difference that I have in my head. I don't want to give up too much. But
Mm-hmm.
if I don't get into medical school, it's not the end of
Mm-hmm.
the world for me. I
Mm-hmm.
believe I'm such a talented young woman. I also want to go into business. I also want to
Wow.
have I have other things that I would like to other ventures that I would like to go into. And for me, just knowing that it's not the end of the world if I don't get in the first time, I'm going to keep trying. I know that there's a second option
Of course.
after my research. When you're applying
Mm-hmm.
for medical school, you put your second option as, for example, closest would be pharmacy. You do that, you do your
Okay.
absolute best, and then you can try to get into medicine because it's closely related. And that's how most people get into medical school. And I'm not gonna, I know it's gonna, I say it now as I'm a good position, but I know that I would have some sort of disappointment when that time does come, if that time does come, and I am rejected. But I will not give up on what I want, and I will be Dr. Tashmika Chetty. That's how it is. That's what I am manifesting in my life. And yeah, as I said, a dream delayed is not a dream denied.
Wow, that's very well said. And I hope to have a live chat with you again when that achievement does happen. And thanks so much for your time.
Thank you so much, sir. I'm also looking